Welcome to the UglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
So today, I got something special for coffee. So I had some family come to town, and they brought me Cafe de Altura Molido. It's Cafe Ruiz. It's a Panama coffee. It's actually grown in the area that they live in, so they wanted to bring it and let me try it out. I already did it as a pot, which was really good. And now I did it as a latte with my espresso maker. And I actually had Justin try it, and he didn't hate it.
I loved it. It was really good.
So it's ground really, really fine. And they actually said next time they'll bring me whole bean so that I can grind it in different ways so I can do it with the French press or anything. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to do this in the French press was because of how finely ground it was.
Oh, yeah.
But they will bring whole bean for me next time and maybe a different flavor. But it looks like cocoa powder because it's so light brown.
It was so fine.
But it also smells kind of chocolatey.
It had that cocoa.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting one. What do you got?
I got another Bigelow brand. It's the Mint Medley, which is peppermint and spearmint. And I'm like, ooh boy, bubblegum. And tastes really good without all the sugar and all the facets of it. But I probably should have had at least one spoonful of sugar.
Well, would you think sugar or honey with that one?
Sugar.
Okay. See, I for the most part only do honey with my teas. I do sugar sometimes, but I'm not too big on actually doing sugar for my tea. However, that clove sugar I got from Sheffield & Co. is great with the cinnamon tea. It's amazing. Let's move into...
I'm giving him the biggest stink eye right now.
Let's move into the movie review section. Movie
review.
Last week, we had you watch the third Star Trek, which was my first time seeing it as well. And we had you watch Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
I'll let you pick whichever one you want to talk about first.
Reservoir Dogs. Okay. I have never seen this one. I thought I'd seen it. I have not seen it. About halfway through the movie, I was starting to get a little disinterested because of all the bickering and all the nonsense and the plot twist. And I put that term loosely. But then it pulled me right back in. I'm like, okay. And then I started listening and I started paying a little more attention. Then the absolute ending, and I was like, that's it? I felt a little disappointed.
So
Steve Buscemi really hammed it up, though. I love him. Yeah. I love him to death.
I kind of hit Lauren with the thing. I said, what if Tarantino's universe is hell? And like the reason why he uses the same actors all the time is they're going through different versions of hell. Not at all a thing, but it was just kind of a fun thought
it's a nice
process.
Poke and pride.
And Lauren pointed out that it's really fun because Buscemi's whole "I don't tip" thing at the beginning, then leading into the fact that he's a waiter in Pulp Fiction. So it was
yeah.
I personally love Reservoir Dogs. I will watch Reservoir Dogs if it's on. But I will always go for Pulp Fiction over Reservoir Dogs.
I would concur with that. Now that I've seen both, I would concur that Pulp Fiction is my leader on that.
Eventually, we got to sit down and watch True Romance, which is another one of his that I haven't seen.
I need to rewatch From Dusk Till Dawn. Now that one I remember of him getting fucking blasted in the face.
That's actually
I know it's someone else.
And
I know
he helped write it, but that's Robert Rodriguez.
I know.
Desperado.
I know. It's just I want to rewatch.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I love that one. The sequel was okay. I don't think I watched the third one.
There was a third one?
There's like 4 or 5.
Okay.
They went downhill. Also, Danny Trejo keeps showing up in them despite dying in previous ones.
I ain't mad at that.
But they made a TV show a couple of years ago of it, where it was supposed to be a TV show remake of the original movie, and things got a little weird because like they weren't exactly vampires; they were kind of snakes. I don't know. I kind of checked out.
I'm already checked out. All right. And then the other movie was Star Trek Beyond. I liked it.
I fucking loved it.
It was really good.
All
the characters had their good pushes. Spock had his whole yes, I love her, but at the same time I can't show emotion because emotion is weakness. God dang it. Also, having mild spoilers. Future Spock be technically dead because of
that's
the
actually
ambassador.
Because Namor.
I know.
Okay.
I know. And
I wasn't sure if you knew why.
Yeah, and the fact that they wrote him out in a very strong way, and then having Spock be like, "Damn, this is a strong thing. This was me.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be me, but in a different sense." And then he's like, "Do I take over New Vulcan? Do I help out? Do I quit Starfleet? Do I stick with Starfleet?" And I'm like, Good. That is character conflict.
Yeah.
That is how you do character conflict to the best degree. Because then it has him actually having a turmoil whether or not he actually wants to tell Kirk, because he's like, I respect Kirk way too much to tell him. And I'm like, yes!
So, that whole final ship battle scene.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Where they have to play the music and they're like arguing, not arguing, but they're like talking about that they're going to put out a beacon or something to break up the beacon. And you kind of make the connection, oh, they're going to do music because you have the music player. And I'm sitting there going the whole time, like, it better be something good. If this potentially amazing scene has some shit song.
Like, I was like thinking it was going to be Aqua,
pissed.
Barbie Girl. But then all of a sudden, they brought it back from the first movie.
Yep, they brought in fucking Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. I was just like, yeah! And then the fucking Spock and Bones being like, is that classical music?
and then Chekhov is tapping his foot.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, Chekhov. Oh, he oh my God. I'm so saddened that he passed away because I don't think there could have been a better Chekhov because every time he popped on screen, I just kept going, oh, he's so cute.
Well, I've seen other roles of his. He was just a great actor.
Yeah.
There's other things of his we'll eventually watch. He did the Fright Night remake, and I am a huge fan of Fright Night. I even like Fright Night too. So when they said Fright Night remake, I was like, I don't know about this. I actually like the remake. He plays the main kid in it. Colin Farrell plays the vampire in it. Fucking McLovin guy plays evil in it, and whatever.
Cool.
But then David Tennant's in it also. So Fright Night remake was kind of a hard hitter with the cast. It was good.
Yeah.
But he was also in Odd Thomas, which is a movie of a book series that Dean Koontz did. That I've actually listened to some of the books. I do audiobooks. I've listened to some of the books, and they're good. And he was actually really good as Odd, but sadly they only did the one movie before he died.
Oh.
Willem Dafoe plays the cop in it. It was pretty good.
Also, Sulu being gay.
Yeah, I liked that.
That was very good. I'm not trying to be like, whoa, that was a weird point. No, it was actually really wholesome.
Yeah, no, I was happy with it, especially because it's a nod towards George Takei.
Yeah,
Takei.
It's okay with a T.
I don't think I had any issues with this movie. That movie ended and I was happy with it.
Yeah.
And the few questions we had, I kind of went and looked up online. They're like, well, if you notice this part, they explain it. I was like, okay, so I just didn't notice, and it answered our questions.
Yeah. Paying attention is expensive.
Yes. I loved the little, the alien ships making the wave thing that they were going through as if they were surfing. That whole thing was cool. It was just a fun movie. So
yeah, the only part I actually had a major issue was when Ahura got away from the major dudes. I was like, she was in captivity. How did she get out?
Yeah, she was just suddenly allowed. But
I was
you gave your girlfriend a tracking device? No,
it's radioactive.
Bones is the best.
Bones, yes.
See, and you hadn't watched the original series really, so there was a great moment when. And big spoilers, at the end, they show Spock going through Ambassador Spock stuff, and he finds the photo of the original crew. And you...
immediately pointed at the most disappointed-looking fellow in the front, and I said, that's probably Bones. And then you look up, Bones.
Yeah, it's Bones. All right, well, so this week we're going to watch Zodiac, which is based off the book that was written about the Zodiac murders in San Francisco.
And I just wanted a mystery. That was the main point of last week. I was like, I want a mystery.
I was pushing for Mystic River, which I'm still going to make you watch.
That's fine. That'll probably be next week.
Zodiac has Mark Ruffalo and
Bag of Ruffles.
Robert Downey Jr. in it, so it's kind of a little Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I think you're going to like it. The other one we're watching is Fanboys, because now that I've got you caught up on Star Wars and Star Trek.
If we find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. If we don't find it at Zia today, it's on Vudu for $8.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind spending it. I love the movie. The fact I don't own the movie is kind of upsetting. So those are what we'll listen to this week and this week and have to talk about next week.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any thoughts for the future on what you're looking forward to? Any more? I know you want From Dusk Till Dawn. I want True Romance and Mystic River. But is there anything else that you've been meaning to see that you haven't seen?
Ghostbusters 2.
Really? You've never seen Ghostbusters 2?
I've seen 1, not 2.
Okay, well, I've got the Blu-rays, so we'll watch those too.
Yeah,
but that actually leads us into our next little news story.
So this hit me hard, and I was like, oh, good. I get to surprise Quincy if he hasn't noticed it. Ghostbusters video game is getting remastered, and it's just basically all re-renderings. It seems to be the same game, but Quincy said, I don't want to spend another $60 on a game if it doesn't add anything new. I'm hoping they add something new.
So the other thing is, I already own this game, and it's backwards compatible.
Yes.
So I do not need to rebuy the game.
You are correct. And it still looks good.
Yeah, and it still looks, because, I mean, it was made a while ago. I mean, what?
2008?
10 years ago? Yeah, like 2009, 2008. So, like, it's basically, it plays as the third movie, if we had one. They got all the original actors back to do the voices, including the asshole from the first movie, the one that shuts down the power grid.
Oh.
It's a fun game. I had you play it. You weren't really into it.
No, it felt a lot samey-gamey, but then again, I could feel that there was a structure for power-ups and all that, but I don't know. Me not being I don't want to put it like this, but I'm not too big a fan of Ghostbusters at this exact point in time. But then you swayed me into Star Wars. Swayed me into Star Trek.
You're allowed to your wrong opinion. It's perfectly fine.
Did you say wrong opinion?
Yes.
But on an open and closed hand, maybe after I see Ghostbusters 2, well, 1 and 2 again.
Yeah.
You know,
we can make it out of it. We'll watch both of them.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, so I've watched both movies. I watched the remake and thought the remake would have been better as a sequel than a remake. I watched the real Ghostbusters cartoon. I read Ghostbusters comics. I like Ghostbusters, and I am hyped for the new movie when it finally happens. What is this?
Planet Coaster. I forgot to mention this a couple weeks ago. Planet Coaster is like a roller coaster tycoon
type of thing
style game. They just got a DLC that has Ghostbusters involved.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then hold on, look at that, just driving all over the place.
I'm pretty sure they did Ghostbusters for Lego Dimensions, which I actually enjoy, and I have. The big issue with playing Lego Dimensions is that it kind of functions like, which Metal Gear is it where they deactivate your controller?
1.
Okay, it kind of functions like that, where the villain will deactivate part of the gamepad and you have to move the figures. And it's like, well, I can't have the Dimension Porter just sitting on my coffee table all the time. There's a wire running from it. But I actually had this list. I need you to pull up the PlayStation one.
Oh, got it, boss.
So, we'll move over to. We're not going to cover next month's game. Yeah, games like new games for next month, are we? It's a big list to go through again.
Oh yeah.
Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the freebies that you get for being a PlayStation Plus member and a Xbox Gold member. So let's start with PlayStation Plus. So that you have
May.
Oh, it's May.
How did I get into May?
Yeah, right there in June.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
there's supposed to be 3 others. Sorry, we're having troubles finding this one. This is why I didn't write this one down, is because the only article I found on it actually just took me to a YouTube link. I'm like, can we just get it listed for me?
Collection. Yeah, it's just those 2 from the look of it.
Okay,
that's the only 2 I got.
PlayStation's June free games.
Sonic Mania, which is the true benefacto sequel to Sonic 3.
Okay.
And then Borderlands: The Handsome Collection, which I'm like, okay, yeah.
I mean, I already own it on Xbox, so
I have it on Steam, and I'm right now at the time of talking about it. Me and Goon are talking about doing a randomized playthrough.
Well, the funny thing is I actually went and bought the Game of the Year edition, and then a couple months later got the Handsome Collection for free on Xbox, and I was like, well, son of a bitch.
Well, at least with that, then you got pre-sequel.
Yeah.
So,
I have the pre-sequel. I actually had the whole franchise without buying anything other than, I think, number 1. So,
and number 1 just got an update.
Yeah.
A huge update. There's a lot of new stuff in it. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. If you own the Game of the Year edition on Steam, you immediately get the enhanced edition, which it's super nice. It's so
cool.
Clean. But I only got to play it for a couple moments before I hopped into 2 with Goon and Duat.
There's supposed to be 3 other games coming out in June for the PlayStation Plus.
Can't find them.
I don't like the way PlayStation does their freebies, anyways. It kind of bothers me.
That's it. That's all that's announced.
See, I swear I read somewhere that there was going to be 3 others.
Dauntless is free. Speaking of which, Dauntless is available to those who actually enjoy Dauntless.
What is Dauntless?
Dauntless is, think Monster Hunter, but smaller areas.
Okay.
the creatures are much more. In my opinion, I love Monster Hunter creatures. They have their history with me. I like Dauntless's character arcs.
Okay.
Like they look so very unique. And then you have this weird giant beaver looking one. I'm like, oh, you. And then there's like an owl bear looking. I'm like, cool.
I like owlbears. I hate having to kill them in D&D.
Oh, I don't care. I'll kill anything. That's the barbarian in me.
See, but that's the fun thing. When we did our playthrough, when I was DMing, you guys had a vegan in the group, so I made you go after owlbears. Well, I didn't make you. I gave you the option.
You gave us the option and we never went.
Yeah, because she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, there is nothing.
That's so weird. I swear I saw a damn article that was saying there was 3 other ones coming out in June.
But then again, with Xbox, it gives us the whole fucking list right out the gate.
Yeah, so we got Earth Defense Force 2017, which is the one that actually came... No, Earth Defense Force will be coming out on the 16th. There's one that's carrying over, and I think it's the other Earth Defense Force.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Earth Defense Force. Those are my favorite fuck around games.
Yeah.
You can go in, do a mission with a friend, and just be like, oh, well,
I love having some fuck around games on my consoles for, like, Lauren's getting ready for us to go somewhere, and I like to be able to fuck around on something really quick.
Yeah.
It's my version of turning on a baseball game for a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I will turn on a baseball game, too, so.
Yeah. And one of these games actually bothers me. Take a guess.
The second one.
No, I like that one.
Really? Oh, yeah. The third one?
The third one.
Okay. Well,
it's Portal 1, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I like Portal.
I love Portal, but it's a very, very old and already tried and true game. Don't get me wrong, they're probably running out of games to get the licenses for the 360 game, but I think that they could have probably pulled a little bit better for the 360.
I think it's a matter of running out of games that companies are willing to give for free.
That too.
And Portal being so old, of course, Orange Box and all that's like, yeah, I mean, fucking, that's not a thing anymore,
Yeah.
The other 2 are for June 1st to the 30th. You'll get NHL 19. I'm not sure if that one. I think that one's available through EA Access already. So technically, I've already got it, but I would actually own it after this.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not much of a hockey fan, but I'm curious to know if they have the Golden Knights in it.
2019, I'd have to.
Okay.
I would think so.
I mean,
they started their season at 2017 going into 2018.
Let me set the preface here. I am a huge bandwagoner when it comes to the Golden Knights. Yeah. I've seen 2 live games and we've won both of those, but that was last season. And I will admit, I like hockey. I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat it. I like it.
I don't mind hockey. I like hockey. I like football. I like baseball. I'm not really a soccer guy.
No, soccer.
I'm not a golf person either.
I could fuck with mini golf.
Well, yeah, I'll play mini golf. Yeah.
Fuck with mini golf.
I've been to a driving range. Rivals of Etheria is one of the other ones.
Rivals of Ether.
Oh, sorry, Ether. My bad.
Yeah, there's a little thing in front of the R, so it looks like it's a. Yeah, okay.
So June 16th to July 15th. So that'll be the carryover one.
Now, do you know what that is?
I don't.
It's a nice little brawl and beat 'em up game that's similar to Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, it has a pretty okay character scheme. It's really fair in its accusations.
Now, I'm not upset with this month's free games. Last month's free games kind of sucked.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, one of them I was excited for. Well, me personally.
Yeah, I think there was only one that I was like, well, I don't mind that I got.
And then the Game Pass kind of made me go, yeah. Because that was the game I was excited for.
Speaking of which, we just got 2 Game Passes that dropped today: Dying Light and one other, and not Dying Light, sorry, Dead by Dawn.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Damn, I'm having a stroke. Dead by Daylight, which is getting a Scream DLC. They just announced.
You are hyped.
Yep, Ghostface is coming to it. I am ready. I'll probably play through Portal again, honestly.
I would like to play through Portal 2. Because that's the more fun one.
Do I have Portal 2? We'll have to check later to see if I have Portal 2. I'm not sure. I've never played Portal 2 with anyone. I played Portal 1 and 2 on PC, but I didn't play them with anyone. Let's move on.
Okay.
This is all you.
Okay. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fucking nerd when it comes to D&D shit. I love the books. I love the ideas. I love everything. So, Divinity is right up my alley. The creators of it, Black Isle Studios, kind of had a little bit of an if, and, or but. But recently, there's a tease for Baldur's Gate 3. Now, for those who don't know, Baldur's Gate is a small little subsection in the Faerun area, the Forgotten Realms. I'm just going to ramble for the next 10 minutes.
It's also what you named your D&D character off of for our first campaign?
Second
Second campaign.
Balderdash, yes. I also enjoy having names that are puns in one way or another.
What was your other one?
Well, the other one was Dorn Stonebreaker, but that one has that one's an inside.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. He's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf, but there was an inside joke to that from way long time ago when he was originally a character for another campaign.
Gotcha.
And then I've got Dusk Till and Dawn, and then me and Socks have a pair of bugbears called Sure and Bert.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. Yeah.
I mostly do Latin names to where like.
What is your current one?
My current one is Plotinus. I don't remember his last name. I have it written down. Basically, it's like Powerful Lord, but he goes by Potts.
Yes.
So that's the other thing. I like nicknames. I like that you can cut the characters' names down to nicknames, but I like them to be weird. That's why it's Potts and not like, Peter or something. Like he doesn't have like a normal nickname. How Richard turns into Dick or.
How do you get Dick out of Richard?
Yes, nicely. Or like how you get Bob from Robert.
Bobbert.
Bobbert. I like weird nicknames where it's like, wait, did you just call him Potts? Yeah, that's my name. You got a problem with
it? Fight about it. I mean, I'm excited for Baldur's Gate 3. If it happens to, I don't know, but there's a lot of articles on it so far, so I'm just like, yes. So we got Death Stranding. Wait a minute. Shit, I jumped the pooch.
Way to go.
Way to go. So, Death Stranding just released a 9-minute long trailer that I had you watch.
And they finally released a release date, and you can finally pre-order the damn game.
Yes. Now, let me ask you something, Quincy. Having watched the trailer, do you know what this game is about?
Weird babies in backpacks.
Pretty much. It showcased Norman Reedus' character pulling out some tools and using them, and I'm like, okay, cool, high five. Yeah, Kojima seems to want more exploration. You have to travel west, do that sort of thing. I don't know what Matt's character is doing. I don't know what Guillermo del Toro is doing. I don't know what Troy Baker's doing. He's licking faces. He needs to not do that.
Oh, that was Troy's character that was doing the face licking?
Yeah.
Ew. I like Troy Baker, but like
not
the voice of the Joker licking me. I don't know.
But no, Troy's a good voice actor. I'm glad that he actually gets to have his physical being in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then they threw in a couple other very, very good actresses. I'm sorry, your names escape me at this point, but everyone in it looks like they're having a lot of fun. I'm keen for the game, but give me something more.
I want to know more. It comes out November 8th. You can pre-order it. They've actually got like a whole pre-order screen on PlayStation when you go in there. Yep. My main thing is I need to know what the fuck the game's about.
I mean,
they gave us gameplay, which made me very happy.
It seems that there was some weird curse that has caused the history to repeat itself, whether we like it or not, and so we have to fight the past to protect the future, that sort of thing. And then it says in bold, "Tomorrow is in your hands."
Interesting.
So I mean, I don't know, man.
It looks really good though. Like they had
beautiful.
A lot of him walking around through areas, using his tools, even some fighting, and it all looks really good. The grass looks amazing. The mountains look great. The cloud,
that's on a PS4 Pro though.
They have clouds in the sky. Yeah, but if it looks like shit on the regular PS4, then there's an issue. Like it shouldn't look like shit. Should it look as good? Probably not.
No.
But if it looks like shit, then there's something wrong there.
Yeah, you're right. It's just the Pro has that better processors. All I'm saying.
I feel like Guillermo's only in this because there was that big deal with the fact that him and Kojima were supposed to be doing something else together, weren't they?
Silent Hills.
Yeah, and then that all got canceled. So I feel like this is them being like, "Look, we're still doing shit. Fuck you, Konami."
Yes, that is actually the exact point. And the only reason why I say that is because they also pulled in Norman Reedus, who is the head runner for Silent Hills. I'm still, to this day, mad that Konami decided to do the Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko machine over Silent Hills.
More money for a longer time, I guess. Pachinko's big out there.
I know it is. It's just, I'm...
I don't know why it had to be one or the other.
Don't make me cry.
Here on our podcast, we are a little obsessed with different pop culture things.
A little.
Just a little.
A lot of a little.
Yeah.
I have tattoos of video games on my arms.
I do not. I up that. But IKEA seems to be kind of getting into the whole pop culture goofiness that we enjoy. They just recently did a thing where they recreated famous sets with items that some of them are really close, some of them aren't so much. But basically, they rebuilt sets from famous TV shows, and you can purchase the items. And they put up the photos with the prices next to them. So the first one we're looking at is the Simpsons set.
It looks pretty spot on, and
Yeah.
it has prices next to the lamp. It has prices next to the picture painting. It has a price next to the couch, next to the lamp, next to the shader for the lamp.
They've got the side table, they've got the rug, and they've got it coming from over an old TV with an old fucking antenna.
Yeah, the rabbit ears.
Now there's obviously differences.
Yeah.
The painting's not identical, the lamp's the wrong colors, things like that. But you look at it and you know it's The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Just hit images, see if we can find it in images. No, apparently not.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Finding a thing for this isn't easy. Okay, it is.
There we go.
Because this is the same thing. Okay.
So here's the Friends set.
Okay, the Friends set. No prices next to this one.
The actual original IKEA images had the prices. I don't know why the prices are pulled from these.
Well, no, it is.
Image courtesy of IKEA. Yeah, the one I saw had the prices. Oops. But yeah, so they redid the Friends set.
Oh.
And this is Monica's apartment, the purple apartment.
Yeah.
So it's
the one where you can see the naked
dude from across the street, ugly naked guy.
Ugly naked guy.
And it's things from the couch to the chairs to the pillows.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all kinds of.
Oh, and even the weird fucking masks on the wall.
And then the third set they did is the living room from Stranger Things.
With the lights.
Yeah, the ABC light thing.
And fuck it, they have those too.
Yep, you can buy the LED lights. They've even got the paint so that you can write on your wall if you'd like.
Oh my god.
This was fun. I thought this was cool, and I kind of hope they do it again. Like, now give us, I'm trying to think of another famous apartment. Maybe the apartment from How I Met Your Mother.
Maybe that one, or I know it's gonna be. I'm pretty much crucifying myself on this one. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, you can do the Big Bang thing. Yeah,
because that's a pretty good setup.
Yeah. There's other famous apartments that we could pick, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Or bedrooms even.
Or bedrooms, yeah. I would say the guys from Friends, but the guy's apartment was always very minuscule.
It had the two recliners, the overly long fucking entertainment center. It had a swimming pool.
Yeah, at one point, no, it wasn't a swimming pool. It was
for the ducks.
Oh yeah, they did have the thing for the duck and the chick at one point. But the foosball table, which I would love.
And they doubled it. They had cardboard on top of it as a table.
Actually, I think they did plexiglass.
Was it plexiglass?
Yeah, so you could still see the foosball table underneath. Which was kind of cool, actually.
And then they have like bar stools, and that was it.
IKEA has some like kind of fancy future.
They had that one couch over by the window.
Yeah, when Rachel moved in and Chandler moved out. Yeah, they did the couch over by the window with the Marvin the Martian pillow. I watched a lot of Friends.
And then Hugsy,
the penguin. One they could do, because they do have some like more futuristic stuff, is they could do like a Jetsons inspired one. That would be kind of interesting.
It'd be kind of interesting, but at the same time, I would think how flat it would be.
Yeah, true. I really enjoy this. I want to see more of companies doing things like this.
Pop culture shit's always our go-to. We love that shit.
I mean, I already like IKEA, and I actually shop at IKEA, and I've actually got plenty of IKEA furniture in this house.
Goddamn Pulp Fiction's kitchen.
There you go.
Yeah, and then it has even the ground coffee.
Don't tell me how good my coffee is.
Yeah, it's the good
my coffee is. When Bonnie goes to the store, she buys shit.
That was a good scene.
It was an amazing scene.
It was a very good scene.
My entire bedroom set is IKEA. The only thing in there that's not IKEA is the entertainment center and the bed, the mattress itself.
Yeah.
The nightstands, the dressers, the headboard, the actual drawer, like bed itself that the mattress sits on, all of it's IKEA. I love IKEA stuff.
Yeah.
There's some shelves I want to get for some of our comic book statues. We have like porcelain comic book statues.
I remember you showed me that one time we went there. You were like, "Ooh, this is really nice." But then
I took you through IKEA. What did you think of it?
Different than I imagined. And then we had lunch there, and it was pretty good. It was really good.
We just weren't as hungry as we thought. We ended up not finishing it.
Yeah, my stomach was really sour, but then as soon as I started eating, I was like, oh, never mind, I'm better now. But yeah, no, it was good food. It was very strange to see an actual like full blown cafeteria, and then you do your shopping, and then prices weren't as heavy as I thought they were. There are some things that are just ridiculous, but they weren't as bad as I was thinking. I liked it overall, and you wound up getting a French press. I wound up getting fucking light bulbs.
Yeah, how are those working?
Fucking fantastic.
Great.
Now,
Now,
real talk, I'm wanting to go out there and grab like a 10-pack of them because of how efficient they are.
we'll swing by one of these times when you want to get them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've put together 2 bookshelves, the ones that have my movies in the living room.
Oh.
A long dresser, not a tall dresser, a nightstand, a headboard, and a bed frame. And I have to say, it's all pretty easy to put together. My biggest complaint is that for most of those items, I was putting them together by myself, and the pieces are longer than me, so it gets a little difficult. It kind of is a 2-person job for the bigger items. But at the end of the day, I'm happy.
I think the biggest thing that we had to put together was the sugar glider cage.
Yeah, but that wasn't IKEA. That was
I know
something online.
But I'm just saying that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty huge. Well, you helped me with the bed frame itself.
Oh, that's right, I did.
But enough about IKEA. We're not sponsored. That's all the airtime they're getting.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You amazing craftsmen, you.
But no, seriously, you go buy some Swedish meatballs. They're delicious.
Yeah. And I got the chicken tendies, and they were good too.
Let's move. I want to move on to this because they're beautiful.
They are fucking beautiful, but it's like $100.
Okay.
What we're talking about is Pokemon shirts presented by Original Stitch. They look so goddamn classy.
They're dress shirts.
They're dress shirts, but $100 worth. 50 I can see.
Reminder: my suit is $600.
Okay, but was the shirt alone $100?
I don't remember.
I think it might have been the jacket that kind of buffs up that cost.
I'm sure, yeah. Well, it was also tailored. So.
And I had originally saw one that is just covered in Magikarp, and I'm just like, I want it.
So, okay, so we got the Magikarp one.
Yes.
So it's like a white shirt with little Magikarps just all over it.
Yeah, well, pretty big compared to everything else that's posted on these.
What's this one underneath the Pikachu? It looks like a ghost, honestly.
It looks like a bunch of ghosts and maybe Magnemites.
Oh, there's little Pokeballs, yeah.
I don't know. This one's hard to see.
Let's see if click the arrow. See if we can get some more images of these.
Got it, boss.
So these were originally released in Japan.
Lickitungs with a pocket that has.
No, that's the sleeve, folded over.
Oh, then a sleeve of Vileplume and another sleeve of.
That's the pocket.
Oh, that's the pocket.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, then a pocket of Magikarp.
So okay, so it's like the part of the sleeve that folds over to button has the Vileplume.
Yeah.
The shirt itself is the Lickitungs all over.
And then the pocket is Magikarp.
This one's actually kind of ugly.
Yeah, I mean...
Because then the collar is red with little white Pokeballs on it.
Yeah, it's a little flashy. But
very loud shirt.
It says that they're customizable.
Okay.
So I think
this is showing that you can put together different styles. Gotcha.
Yeah. Line of customizable made-to-order Pokemon shirts.
Yeah, this originally started in Japan and is now finally coming to the UK and the US.
Ooh, can we get that blown up? No, that's as big as we can get it.
What is it?
I'm
not as good with my Pokemon as I used to be.
Hang on. Zooming in.
It's...
Oh, Kakunas!
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, look.
I see it now.
The eyes and then the
Okay, yeah, they're Kakunas, and then they've got like Pokeballs and stuff. That one's actually kind of nice looking.
Yeah.
What's the one next to it to the left? They look like tiny Pikachus.
Yeah. Oh, nope, that is not what I want. Okay, well, I can't zoom in, so maybe they are Pikachus.
Just keep clicking through to see if there's anything else that jumps out to us.
Clefairy.
Yeah, this one makes it look like it's just the normal. It's not checkered. What is it called?
I call it picnic table.
It's not called picnic table though.
I know. Plaid?
Not plaid. I don't remember.
But you guys, checkered.
After us saying that, probably understand. It looks like just the normal lines, but when you get up close, it's actually a bunch of Clefairies that are just different colored. Yeah. Or no, Jigglypuffs. They are Jigglypuffs.
So Jigglypuffs and Clefairies.
Look at the white ones. That's how you can tell that they're Jigglypuffs.
Oh, okay. Then look at the lighter pink.
Maybe that is a Clefairy.
Well, both.
Okay. Cool.
Either or, but even still, it's very ambiguous because it doesn't really show what they are. So yeah. I mean, it could be either or, and that's it.
Okay. So they say there's 150 designs that will be available. and then like we mentioned that you will be able to customize them. So
Yeah.
he's pulling up the official site. Let's see what we can see.
We
for
diving
prices.
into Japan right now. If it wants to, oh my god.
Yeah, it's all in Japanese.
It's all in Japanese, but how do I order? Oh god.
There you go.
Oh, men's.
Yeah, they have men's and women's shirts.
So okay, it comes in Hawaiian shirt, dress shirt, and casual. Let's do a dress shirt.
Doing the Hawaiian shirt would be nice for the summer out here.
Now I want to start.
You can do neck size and everything.
Neck size, so
this
17.
is full on figuring.
Oh wow,
out.
what is your sleeve length? I'm a 30. Wow.
You know, I honestly don't know anymore. What mine is.
Oh no, I memorized mine.
I'm gonna have to get remeasured.
Okay, it immediately puts me up with a Kadabra, which is one of my favorite Pokemon.
That's actually pretty good looking.
I love that. Wow.
And like we said, you can change the base fabric, the collar, the sleeves, the inner, the pockets. All of it is customizable.
Oh, I love that. Hold on, show me that. Yo.
What is that one?
I think it's Wartortle or Squirtle.
Oh, it's Squirtle. Okay, yeah, a little Squirtles all over.
Squirrels with little.
You guys got to check this out. I mean,
this is some good shit. It is originalstitch.com/Pokemon/men's/ or actually, I think that's it.
Yeah, you just got to go to the Pokemon section. Then you can decide whether or not you're a man or a woman from there.
Yeah.
Or if you're wearing a man's or a woman's, I should say. You don't have to be.
We're not sponsored, but I would love to wear these
look
shirts.
Look at the Beedrill one.
The Beedrill, the Rattatas. Oh!
He just figured out how to blow it up.
Oh, the Rattatas look really good. Pidgeotos look really good. What is this one? Oh, yo!
Raticate, and it's like also got like
farmhouse.
Yeah, farmhouses and trees and stuff. It looks really
Arbok.
good. Ooh, I like that Arbok.
That is so fucking nice. We are not sponsored, but god damn it, I want you to fucking talk to us, dude.
Ooh, click on the Sandshrew one when you're done with the. Yeah, there you go. That's adorable. So the Sandshrew one is like a brick wall, and like sometimes it's his butt sticking out of the wall, and other times it's his head and front arms sticking out of the wall.
And then there's Sandslash.
Sandslash.
Oh, they're in order. They're numbered. There's Vulpix.
Hey.
Fucking cute.
Oh, I wonder if they did all the Eevees.
Evolutions? Let's find out. They're 100?
I honestly don't know. I'm bad with the Pokemon thing now.
Which one's this? This is... Oh, Onix. Ooh, I like Onix's. Look.
That's kind of abstract. Like, it's like lines. It's weird.
And Gengars.
Ooh, Gengars is cool.
Haunter's is pretty nice looking, too.
You guys got to check this site out. This is awesome.
This is really... I'm sorry. I'm going to just indulge for like 2 more seconds. What do you think that one is before I click this?
Is that the monkey? Oh,
Kingler.
No. Kingler. I just saw like the arms up in the air.
Yeah, okay. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Ooh!
The Rhydon.
Ooh! What is this one? That's Goldeen. Goldeen looks nice. Goldeen would be nice for the Hawaiian shirt.
It would. I'm totally the person that will wear ugly ass Hawaiian shirts.
I also would.
Yeah, I don't care. There's a guy that I run into in town every now and then that has one that I really want, and it's classic Hawaiian style, but it's Cubs stuff all over the place. Oh, because I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan.
So
you guys don't want to send me anything.
So this is send them Chicago Cubs. So this one's the Ditto one.
It's Ditto as a bunch of different Pokemon, but also as themselves. So you get like Ditto, Squirtle, Pikachu, Charizard, or Charmander. Sorry,
it's okay. And then this one is the Flareon. This one's the Jolteon. And then you got the Vaporeon, which looks really nice.
So they've got, and then regular Eevee.
And then regular Eevee, which
so they've
kind of looks plain.
3 of the...
But I'm not mad at that.
Well, click on it so we can see what it looks like on the shirt. Okay, yeah, that's a little plain.
But
so I mean, got 3 of the evolutions?
Shit. Yeah, let's see. Hold on, wait, where's Mew?
Whoa, Mew's is like a lot going on.
It's camouflage. It's like pink and blue camouflage.
Which also like a...
And then Mewtwo.
Really light color in there, too.
Oh.
Ooh, I like Mewtwo's.
Mewtwo's looks really nice. All right, no more. Hey, Original Stitch, if you want us to plug your shit, we know that you're Japanese oriented. Hopefully, we can do you proud some way or another. But holy shit,
that was really
nice.
cool.
That was really nice.
That's a rabbit hole we could fall down for a couple of hours just making different designs.
Yes. Anything else you want to talk about?
Plenty.
Go ahead.
Let's actually lead into your lawsuits first.
Okay.
I want to talk about these.
I don't understand how it hit, but Iron Maiden is suing 3D Realms because of the game Ion Maiden. It's a good throwback to old 3D Realm games that looks like it was basically a re-rendering of Duke Nukem 3D. It has all the very, very flat imagery with mild 3D aspects, kind of blowed up a little bit. Like if I showcase, if I just showcase a little bit for Quincy, he'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, that looks familiar."
Okay, 3D Realms logos still look exactly the same.
Yeah, like as we.
So it looks like it belongs on the N64 still.
Kind of, yeah. Like it's yeah. Oh yeah, it's still got the fucking breaking of frames when you're having major screen shake, and then you got the friggin' oversized weapons.
The like explosions that they tried to make look too realistic against everything else.
Yeah, and I mean,
it looks like a fun game.
Oh yeah, I'm
you're just
hyped for
annihilating things.
But
as you
with
go
this
through.
lawsuit in the midst, they're hoping for $2 million.
So the band Iron Maiden, or at least their producers, are suing because it's called Ion Maiden. But I'm not seeing anything Iron Maiden about it.
I mean,
like right. I'm an Iron Maiden fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The only thing I have never understood is the ugly ass vans that Iron Maiden released. I would not have bought those.
Let's find out. Trademark infringement over the name. So it's just the name. The British rock group argues that the title is identical to that in appearance, sound, and overall commercial impression that would confuse consumers. Is Iron Maiden still touring?
I don't know if they're still touring.
I would just hope that they are still touring, and all that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure they are.
Sure.
My thing is I don't necessarily see, what they're talking about. And while your band is called Iron Maiden, Iron Maidens are an item. They're a thing. They were a medieval torture device.
Yeah. So I mean, but then again, I don't think they put a patent on the name.
Yeah. I mean, they probably have the name copyrighted, trademarked.
Iron Maiden, the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely.
So,
but I mean, 3D Realms has a lot of good games under their belt,
and a few bad ones,
and a few very, very bad ones.
Looking at you, last Duke Nukem.
Yeah, but I mean, you got OG Duke Nukem, you got Duke Nukem 3D, Max Payne, Commander Keen.
Yeah, Max Payne's actually the big one where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, applauds.
Yeah, Max Payne 3 was probably one of my favorite games of.
Max Payne 3 was just a fucking mindfuck.
2010, 2011. But. Now, it's sad to see that they're hit with it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens from here, I guess. Everyone's suing everyone nowadays.
They want money.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so Call of Duty Modern Warfare is getting a bit of an upgrade. It has co-op. It has a new campaign. It's going to have some new multiplayer features. That's all I got. That's honestly all I got.
It's a remaster, though, right?
It's a remastered, but with some added features.
See, so I think the issue. This is the second remaster that they've done. I'm thinking Call of Duty's running out of ideas.
It's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't know if it's Modern Warfare 4. It's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah, so it's probably just Modern Warfare.
But is it a reboot of that?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's a remaster of just Modern Warfare.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's all new.
I thought you said it was a reboot.
It's a reboot, not a remake.
Oh.
See, that's why I'm like, I don't understand why they would call it that.
Well, it's a reboot of the 2007 game, not a remake. So the story might be different?
The story might be different, and Captain Price is in it. So
yeah,
I'm like,
okay, yeah. My argument is that they're out of ideas. Treyarch is out of ideas.
I think it's Infinity Ward. Yeah, Treyarch has nothing to do with that. Treyarch can make an incomplete zombies game. We'll buy that shit.
Yeah, I want a legit complete zombies game, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't
like one with progression, not just you go till you die.
And Treyarch is one of those that is like, we have a story inside the story. Also, it's connected to zombies. Also, it's connected to another universe that you guys don't know yet. We'll work on that later.
The zombie story is getting a little convoluted. Like I don't buy the Call of Duty games anymore, but I've still followed the zombie story. It's getting a little difficult to follow.
Richthofen's in 4 different timelines.
There's like 4 different versions.
Yeah.
There's an undead Richthofen as well. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm loving every minute of it because Treyarch knows how to write something.
I think they either already did or going to be doing a comic book as well.
That's fine. I'll read it. But in Black Ops 1, the whole thing of the what are the numbers mean, Mason, and the turnabout toward the end of that game, and then having it be connected to the zombies map.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good fucking angle.
Yeah.
holy shit, you know what the fuck is up.
Oh, then you have I think it was Del Rez, and then you have the Giant being the same maps but being from different timelines. So one of them's got the robot, the other one doesn't. That whole thing.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. And then you've got the 2 different versions of Alcatraz: the one where they survive and escape, the one where they don't.
Yeah. And then Shinonuma.
That was the swamp, right?
That was the Swamplands.
Okay.
They tried to do a reimagining of that in Shangri-La, but no one caught on to it.
There's a new map for Black Ops, whatever the new Black Ops is, where you actually get to, for regular online co-op, not zombies, but normal shooting each other co-op, or not co-op, but multiplayer, is actually the Asylum from the first one.
Verrucht.
Yeah. Which, if you break the game and go outside the map, you can see that they originally planned that being a very much bigger map, including there's a mounted gun in that fountain in the center.
Oh.
And I think there was graves in the back with some guns that they just kind of scrapped the idea of making you actually leave the building. So I want an actual zombie game.
They put it in Blackout.
Did they?
Yeah, they put that in the diner. There was a diner map in, I think, Black Ops 3, and they put the diner in there. If you go around there and you kill the zombies drop guns.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's kind of cool. I think it was Black Ops 3 also that had the cabin from Evil Dead. You fight out like a cornfield or something. It was on Transit, the one where the bus goes around.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember now. It was a very forgettable map.
I would just...
Because the characters didn't really lock me in.
Yeah, I missed the 4.
I
missed
love
having the Russian, the Japanese, the American, and the German. Dempsey,
Takeo,
Richtofen,
and
I don't remember.
Gotta Google.
Yeah, there were 2, weren't there?
Nope.
2 Americans?
Nope. Dempsey was the only.
Okay, Dempsey, Richtofen.
Oh god.
Oh,
Names
I don't
of
remember.
zombies characters.
This is driving me nuts now.
Dempsey, Blinsky, Nikolai,
yeah. The one that was always asking about vodka.
Vodka. And
I also liked Call of the Dead, which had the horror movie actors. George A. Romero ended up becoming the villain, the boss in it. And then you had Danny Trejo. You had Michael Rooker. You had Sarah Michelle Gellar. And you had, I'm spacing on his name, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. It was an interesting one.
And they all gave their voices.
Yep. And basically, even when you defeat George A. Romero's boss, he just comes back a couple levels later.
Yep. Because it's the return of.
Yeah, I never liked the fact that, it was just keep going until you die. Like, I wanted there to be a completion to the game. Like, I wanted to actually feel like I achieved something.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure in Alcatraz I heard there was an escape, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I think it just took you to another place you kept playing. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I never got that far. I never really cared too much.
Go ahead and move on to this.
Okay. Video game addiction is a quote-unquote problem, and I think it's just because we don't limit ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong.
It's like any addiction where
people will feed it.
Yeah, people will keep doing it and to extremes. What makes it an addiction is when it starts becoming harmful.
Yeah, and so the Board of Health and Education of such has deemed that video game addiction is now a mental health disorder. So it makes me wonder, if I sit at home and play video games, I can actually probably collect disability. And that, to me, drives me a bit weird.
No, I don't think that's how it works because...
it's mental health.
Yeah, but being an addict is a mental health thing. You can't claim disability for that. Alcoholics can't claim disability. Opioid addicts can't claim disability. And I think they're putting this in the same level as that.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So, in the sense of... For instance, a couple years ago, there was a guy that died because he sat for so long straight playing video games, he got a blood clot in his leg.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they're deciding... The World Health Organization, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is rolling this as an actual addiction. Addictions are considered diseases as well. Like alcoholism is considered a disease. You have a disease.
Screen addiction is hijacking our kids, so turn off the goddamn TV if it's that big of a problem.
That's kind of my thing. We talked about something like this, just me and you, a while back.
Yeah.
We watched a video on 10 crazy things parents did because their kids wouldn't stop playing video games.
Yeah.
And some of them were they destroyed $300-$400 consoles.
And then one was deleting their entire life.
Like deleting all the stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, that's worse than destroying the console. You deleted their account.
And my argument has been the same thing for a long time. Stop playing the game. No. Stop playing the game. No. Okay. Take control out of the hand and just take the control. Well, how are you going to play without the controller? You know?
You don't have
what are you going to do? Hook up the keyboard? I'll take the fucking keyboard too. Like, I'll just take all the controllers and keyboards.
Just take the HDMI cable.
That works too. You know? I'll just make sure you can't play. You know? When I was a kid, I would play for a while, and after a while, my mom would be like, all right, you've played enough. Stop. And I would.
Yeah.
You know? And now as an adult, I will be like, you know what? I've been playing too long, and I'll stop.
Yeah. Discipline.
That's what it comes down to.
That is exactly what it comes down to. We have, as a society, gone all in on tech. And that's true. We have pretty much worked ourselves to the line where technology will aid us in everything we do.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Oh, it's a great thing. It's just we rely a little bit too much. If the power went out, what do we have?
Yeah. Well, I've been in that situation recently, actually, where the power went out here at the house in the middle of the night. And it was like, well, I do have a laptop. I do have DVDs. I could still watch it. But I was like, or I could just not do something technology-based and have a moment.
Yeah, read a book.
Read a book. Read a comic. Read. Like, really, that's the thing. Read. So
this is yours.
You want me to take this one?
Take it.
Okay. Godzilla, King of Monsters just came out. And I have been hyped for this movie since I heard the first little inkling that it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go see it.
Mm-hmm. But hit him with that 40%.
Go ahead and hit refresh. Let's make sure that this is up to date.
You got it, boss.
So, we are on Rotten Tomatoes. And we are at 135 critic reviews, putting it at a rotten 41%. 156 audience score, putting it 156 audience ratings, putting the audience score at 89%. Now the audience score was 90 when we first got on here, but critics are panning it for having too much action, too much of the kaiju action, and not enough human drama.
I'm so sorry you're getting mustard in my fucking Godzilla movie.
Like, I'm just like, so what you're telling me is the movie's good, and you're upset about it.
I count this as a win.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go see this movie even more now. Like, you know, when you tell me, oh, it's just so much action, I'm like, action? I want action.
Action.
I'll watch action.
But
other than that, the movie is doing relatively well, I think, financially. And people have actually sparked a lot of conversations as to whether or not. Oh, actually, sorry, maybe not financially yet because it technically doesn't open until tomorrow.
You know, the previewings.
These are all the previewings.
I was like, wait, I think it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. So
this number could go up.
Yeah, this number could go up. But it's actually sparking a lot of conversations about whether or not the world could handle Godzilla. And people are actually doing like some statistics and seeing how a big city like Japan could handle Godzilla.
He's a big boy.
Especially in the new movie. He's Fat Godzilla again.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I like him.
And then he spits up the hot, powerful magma.
Now, this reminds me, did you hear about the Xbox console giveaway? Go ahead and pull it up. Godzilla Xbox console giveaway. I think the last day was yesterday. They were doing a raffle, basically, and they had all these different consoles. Pull up images. No, not that one.
Oh. Images.
That one.
This one?
No.
This one?
That one. There you go. So they did 4 consoles and
King Ghidorah.
They're Xbox Ones, and the Mothra one's kind of lame.
Yeah.
It's just got a Mothra on its back.
To be fair, Mothra is kind of lame.
Oh, watch what you say. Mothra's beloved, especially in this household.
What is it? Guardian of the Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's Guardian of the Earth.
I mean, I like the front.
But the actual Godzilla one actually like has his spikes on it. And like it's got like his scales and everything.
I would have liked if it was like this, but this was like a little bit more head shaped, and this was his eye.
That'd be kind of cool. Make the light up power button his eye.
Yeah.
So they did 4 of them. They did Mothra, Godzilla. Who's that? That one?
I don't know. Rodan?
Maybe, yeah. Oh no, Rodan's the 3-headed one, is he?
No, that's King Ghidorah.
Oh, King Ghidorah. Okay, well they did King Ghidorah then. If you click on that image, I think it's the middle one. Yeah,
that one there.
So they were pretty cool.
They look nice,
they
except for fucking
Mothra's a little, yeah.
Like everyone gets full bodies. Mothra gets a full body, but only takes up about maybe a third of the console.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I probably would have chosen to do like Mecha. I know he's not in the movie, but I probably would have done Mecha.
Yeah.
Or what was it? The turtle. Gamera.
Gamera, yes.
I would have done Gamera. I don't think he's in the movie.
No.
But yeah, I mean, telling me the movie has too much action just makes me want to go see the movie even more.
Wakanda forever.
That's a cool one.
He's
looking through Xbox.
Yeah,
Xboxes now.
Black Panther one.
Speaking of Xboxes, I started playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, how are you enjoying it?
I am actually. I feel like they kind of added some of the things I was hoping they would eventually add. It always just felt like, while I understand the idea was for the first two was supposed to be that she was helpless, she was in these terrible environments. This one has a town you end up at and people you can like trade with and talk to and help the town out with side missions and stuff. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not too far in it. I've actually owned the game since it came out. I just now started it like 3 days ago.
Because you're going down the line.
Yeah. I'm busy.
Yeah, we busy.
But I'm happy with it. Have you played anything new recently?
No.
I know you got back into Borderlands, but
I got back into Boo Boo Lands, and we're gonna do a randomizer sometime soon. Other than that, no, I don't. Nothing new. I did happen to pop back into Ashen for a little bit.
When you do the randomizer, are you gonna take that to Twitch? Or when you do the randomizer, are you gonna go on Twitch?
Oh, am I gonna stream on Twitch?
Yeah.
Maybe for a minute.
Okay.
I mean, sky's the limit.
I got a few little things here that we'll just kind of burn through really quick.
Yeah, let's burn them.
So, a couple months back, we talked about Tony Todd being very upset about not being asked back for the Candyman sequel.
Okay.
He has now confirmed that Jordan Peele talked to him and he will be in it. Or not sequel, sorry, remake.
Mm-hmm.
And that he will be in it. And Jordan Peele's saying it's an applaud-worthy moment. So, I don't know. I'm happy he's going to be in it. It makes me more okay with this movie.
Big words, though.
Very big words. Very, very big words.
I don't know, but then I trust Peele. I trust him.
That's the thing. He did Get Out. He did Us, and now he's doing Twilight Zone, and he's working on Candyman. Like, the man's on a roll. But I'm just worried that,
one of these days he's gonna fall.
Yeah, because look at what happened with M. Night Shyamalan. He did several amazing movies, and then he had one that wasn't necessarily a bad movie, but wasn't as good, and people flipped. Signs, people were really upset with the twist.
I was thinking we were talking about Avatar. I'm like, that was a terrible movie.
Oh, I completely forgot he even did Avatar. The other one I was gonna say was The Village.
The Village wasn't bad. It was just very weird.
And then The Happening was a little.
The Happening would be a little.
Yeah, I will give you Avatar.
But then when he did Glass.
Yeah, he made a huge comeback with Glass and
Unbreakable and Split.
Well, Unbreakable is old.
Even still, it's a part of the same trilogy. Like, if you watched it today, you'd be like, yeah, that still holds up.
Well, that's what we actually did. We went and rewatched them before we went and saw Glass in theaters.
Oh.
We rewatched Unbreakable and Split before we went and saw Glass.
Okay.
But, so I hope Candyman works out. We already talked about that. So Super Mario Maker 2 is coming, and as of right now, you can play online with randoms, but not with your friends.
I quickly snapped to a judgment to say, Nintendo's not that stupid. They're probably going to fix that.
Hopefully. Then I have some weird news. Upsetting news.
Oh, no.
And, where was it? Denver, Colorado, I believe.
Okay.
A burglar broke into a comic book shop, smashed a locked glass showcase at Mile High Comics, cutting himself on the glass and then cleaning it up with Windex and toilet bowl cleaner. He stole 14 comics valued at about $42,000,
including
a Justice League of America #1, I do believe.
That is $15 or $15,000 on its own.
The thing that scares me the most about this is the guy stole them, but everyone is looking out for these comics now. So if he tries to sell them, people are going to know. while he used toilet bowl cleaner and Windex to try to clean up the blood, I highly doubt he did that good of a job. It's a very good chance the cops are going to get him. But the nerd in me keeps going, oh crap, he probably bled on the comics. Oh crap, he probably bled on the comics. Please tell me they were in sleeves so that he didn't bleed on the comics. Because it doesn't matter if you get them. If he bled on them, they aren't worth anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be able to get shit from them. People don't want someone covered in human blood unless it's the Kiss comic. Which has their blood in the ink.
Or something with Ozzy Osbourne on the front. Bat blood.
Yeah, but it would have to be like bat blood or his blood, not some random burglar's blood.
Yeah.
So this bothers me because it bothers me when anyone steals anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that this guy fucking broke into someone's place and then just started dousing comics on the case to kind of clean it up, like not comics, chemicals onto the case to try to clean it up. Further, like it's just like really now you're throwing chemicals around the comics and shit. It's just setting off so many sensors, and I'm just so annoyed. Hopefully they catch the guy.
I hope they do too. Why? Okay, stealing the one comic I can see, but the en-masse of comics, like, I don't know. The one would have set you up for life if it was just the one.
Well, and the other thing is while they're $42,000 worth of comics, it's not like you can just turn those.
Oh no, those are like limited printing, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're very rare.
Yeah, some of them I would assume are signed.
I have comics that I could sell for an okay amount, but it's not like I'd be able to sell them overnight. It would take some time.
Yeah, you would need someone to look at you and be like, okay, I'll give you that much for it, and then throw it up on eBay for bidding.
I probably wouldn't put it on eBay for bidding because knowing my luck, I'd get that fucker that bids a low amount and then no one else bids.
You never know.
We'll move on though to one more sad story and then some happy stories. Hopefully. Leo the cat from Pet Sematary died. He was the one that was used for the posters. He was in the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he just passed away. While they mostly used Maine Coons for a lot of the scenes in that, he's the one that had that stare. He was the one that would do the stare in the movie and in the poster, and they could get him to just sit there and stare evilly at the characters.
That's just the cat being a cat.
Yeah. But sadly, he passed away.
Yeah, and but maybe a little under a month ago, Grumpy Cat passed away. And
yeah, actually, that was I think that was within the last month. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pin given to me by a coworker that says "Go away" with Grumpy Cat above it, and I've had that pin on for about a year now. And I mean, people were pointing at it and saying, "Oh, that cat passed away recently." I'm like, "Yes, I know. I'm sad."
I've heard that 30 times today. So,
please stop making me cry.
Now, something we've been covering as it's been happening, and this will probably be the last news story we do on it for a while because it's officially open. Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars expansion at Disneyland.
Yep.
Robert Iger took George Lucas down and actually let him see everything. They took photos outside the Falcon. They took photos inside the Falcon, and in true George Lucas fashion, he is not smiling in any of the photos. They also had Billy D. Williams show up, Mark Hamill show up, and they actually got Harrison Ford to show up. And then they all did speeches and stuff. Hamill did a speech talking about how much he loves the fans and how none of this could have happened without the fans. And then Harrison started the Falcon by slapping her on the side, like pounding on her side, and said, "This is for you, Mayhew." And did a little thing for Peter. And there's also a Chewbacca roar that went off.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's officially open, and they did it in style.
There goes my heart.
If you guys want to check it out, people have done virtual tours online already. They put a lot of fucking detail into this place. And it's like the biggest expansion they've ever done on Disneyland.
I want to drink at the cantina.
Blue milk?
Well, no.
Calf? Calf is coffee.
I know, but no.
But yeah, no, it's not the cantina from the movies because this isn't Tatooine.
Oh.
This is, begins with a B.
Oh, then whatever, man. I just want to drink at Disneyland.
Epcot lets you drink if you go to Florida.
No, I thought California Adventure does it.
California Adventure, I think, has like a spot or two you can. Yeah, they've got the winery.
Yeah. So I'm sure they have one in there somewhere.
Yeah, you have to sit there and drink at the place. You're not allowed to like walk through the park with them.
I should have sworn I saw a couple people.
Maybe they changed it with whatchamacallit, Galaxy's Edge, or maybe it's different in California. But Disney itself, you can.
Disney no, yeah, Disney no. But I want to say California Adventure. I saw a couple people walking around with a few buds.
Probably, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's becoming a thing where people are like, "Why can't I get drunk at Disneyland. And I'm like, listen to the sentence you just said.
Happiest place on earth doesn't mean the happiest place on earth. But I should have sworn I saw it, but at the same time, we weren't really paying attention to other people.
Lauren's family has invited us to go on a trip with them in October to Disneyland. So we'll see if we can get some Galaxy Edge time.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's calmed down by then.
Knock on wood.
Here's some news that I'm curious. I already told you, but I want to get your reaction again for this. Warner Brothers has announced that starting September 16th, they will be filming the live-action reboot of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you're not getting anything out of me. Not this time. I don't know. We both said it. We hope they do it right. We can't keep fucking trying to be surprised by these motherfuckers. Keep trying to do these reboots. Reboot is the word of the last 2 years.
This one I get though.
Yeah, I get it
because
too.
we really the first one was, we accepted the first one was good, but really it wasn't. It's good because it was the best we got.
It was what we had at the time. What, 96?
It was 90 something, yeah. But thinking about every Mortal Kombat we've gotten, it's like, okay, well, when are we gonna get the good one? So I'm okay with it.
Sure.
And I would rather a reboot than them finally making a good one connected to all the shit ones.
Sure.
And that's kind of my thing where it's like, oh, they Warner Brothers just announced that they're having someone write the New Gods for the DC comic. They're writing a screenplay, and I'm like, that's great, but is it going to be connected to the DC movies I fucking hate? Because if so, it's a potential to be an amazing movie connected to a bunch of crap. Just like I feel like Aquaman and Wonder Woman are connected to crap. Sadly,
even though Jason Momoa, bless his soul,
yeah,
he does a really good Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, and what's the lady's name that does Wonder Woman? I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. If IMDb would work faster. Wonder Woman.
There you go. Oh wait.
There you go. Wait, it's not here.
I thought it was.
Gal. Oh yeah, Gal Gadot. Yeah, she does amazing as Wonder Woman. I even liked her as Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, and she was the only high point of that movie.
Pretty much. But we'll move on from that before we completely bash them. Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC. I don't know if that means if you have a subscription, it'll cross over, but they're saying they're going to release more information at E3.
Because it's going to use the Xbox
it's going to be the same, yeah.
So I'm curious if I just sign in on my PC, if I get all the games from the Game Pass on it. Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's how it'll work because your console's home networked. It's not actually it's not because of your gamer tag, it's because of mine.
Yours,
yeah.
But I'm saying if I sign in under you.
Maybe. Well, they said more information coming at E3, which brings me to the fact that E3 is 10 days away.
Yep.
And we are getting teased for a lot of big shit.
We are getting fucking numbers.
So
we're getting
pull up the calendar for me.
Huh?
Pull up the calendar for me.
E3 calendar?
No, just a calendar.
Oh, just the calendar.
Yeah. So E3 starts on the 9th. So I think it's the 9th.
Sunday?
Maybe it starts on the 8th then.
Let's find out.
2019 schedule. Here we go. Oh, the
11th.
11th.
Wow, it starts on a fucking Tuesday.
That's weird.
Well, at least it'll finish on the day when we're actually fucking doing the podcast, so...
Yeah, so it'll end that Thursday. So the 13th of June, we should be able to talk everything E3. We'll watch it from Tuesday through Thursday.
At least the vast majority of it.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything that hasn't happened by the time we're doing our episode, we'll just have to cover it on the next week.
Yeah.
But we're going to get more Outer Worlds or whatever it was, the new game coming from Obsidian.
We're going to get a lot.
Doom's painting a huge mural on a building. Pull that up. You're going to love the way that's looking.
Mural?
Yeah, Doom mural for E3. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're painting this huge three section on a side of a building mural. It should be ready by the time E3 comes around. So Bethesda's going hard on Doom Eternal. Microsoft is saying they're going to be teasing 14, or not teasing, but showing us 14 Microsoft Studio games.
Good shit.
So E3 will be big, even with companies like PlayStation stepping out of it.
Even though PlayStation's doing their state of play, Nintendo Direct style fucking bullshit.
And honestly failing at it.
I mean,
the first state of play was boring and didn't really give me anything. The second state of play was a little bit better, but
yeah, they're not nudging. You're
they're
right.
not doing as well as the reason why Nintendo Direct works is because Nintendo took the time to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We've got Stan Lee's last project. Apparently, he was working on a project that is going to be released still. It is a cartoon. It is not connected to Marvel. It's about a superhero kindergarten class. Arnold Schwarzenegger will be a gym coach that gets superpowers and ends up taking care of the superhero kindergarten class. So basically, it's kindergarten cop. And Stan will have a cameo in each episode.
I let in and was like, maybe he's the principal.
Maybe, and I like that concept. It's being marked as his last project. It was part of POW Comics.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
What does he do? It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
I'm excited for more Stan. I wasn't ready for him to go.
I am. So. Oh no, none of us were.
The CEO and chairman for Genius Brands is the one that was releasing all the information on this. And then I got two last big things. Was there anything you wanted to bring in? Okay.
I don't have very many things today.
Okay, so originally we were told later this year we would be getting 4 ebook short stories from Pottermore, from J.K. Rowling to continue the Harry Potter universe. Now we actually have a release date.
Now, hold on. With that, is it Harry Potter inclusive, or is it just in the universe of?
It's in the universe of.
So it's not directly Harry Potter.
So they all have Harry Potter at the beginning of the title. But no, they're not directly Harry Potter. They're like history. You know, she's expanding the universe. Harry's story is practically done.
Okay.
We got his childhood into, young adulthood and whatnot. And then she's kind of given us a little bit about him being an adult, about the kids he had, about him becoming an aura and whatnot. But she's like focusing on stuff like before him, really.
Sure.
So they will be out on June 27th, and they are as follows. Harry Potter, A Journey Through Care of Magical Creatures. Harry Potter, A Journey Through Charms and Defenses Against the Dark Arts. Harry Potter, A Journey Through Divination and Astronomy. Harry Potter, A Journey Through Potions and Herbology. So they're like history on kind of like the classes and stuff like that.
Sure.
So if they're a fair price, I would be interested. I don't do a lot of e-reading. I prefer physical copies, honestly. I'm still one of those.
Physical copy or ebook or
audio.
Audio.
Yeah. I'll do audio or I'll do physical copy. Sometimes I'll get a physical copy and still get the audiobook. Like I have Trigger Mortis as both. One of the newer Bond books that they did.
Cool.
And then my last big story, I'm going to pull up the actual article. This was kind of big. I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Marvel is going to be launching a new audiobook line this fall.
Oh, yeah.
So there's already Marvel audiobooks out there, but not as many as you would expect.
No.
So they're going to do nearly 25 original new audiobook recordings of Marvel classics and iconic process stories, including Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Spider-Man, X-Men, and other characters. They are working together with Dreamscape. They signed a deal with them, so it'll be Marvel and Dreamscape working on this together. I'm excited. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I've got probably 100 plus on my phone, honestly. Like, not downloaded, but available to where I can listen to them on my phone. And this is just going to expand my library.
Yeah.
I've currently got the Black Panther one, which I started and I'm enjoying, but that's not even with this in mind. That was something random they did.
I think I need to start up on some ebooks or something else, because the current play casting that's going on, I'm like, eh.
Keep going.
With how the playcasters are going, they're either really, really good, really, really bad, or I don't know. I'm just waiting for the next episode.
Yeah.
Critical Role. Sounds like Crows I'm going slow on.
Mm-hmm.
Pretending to be people. It just did their QA episode.
Yeah, we're so caught up on pretending to be people. We're just like, okay, next, guys.
Monday.
Monday.
So Monday and Thursday are my go-tos, and I'm just waiting. So later on tonight, Critical Role will roll theirs out, and I'm like, good, I'm glad.
So I am
like, fuck, I need more active play but at the same time, I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be boring. I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
While I'm listening to this stuff.
I've got a lot of active play or actual plays that I kind of checked out of because I just got bored after a bit, and then I've got a lot that I'm caught up on.
Call of Cthulhu was the other one that I
got caught up on.
Yeah.
Well, that one's short. That's why. But there's also a lot of other podcasts. Like I listen to a lot of just audio dramas. Like I'm caught up on King Paul's AM. For a bit, I was caught up on Night Vale. I'm way behind now. That'll be something. Welcome to Night Vale. I'll have to get caught back up on that.
Yeah, I was at like 92.
I'm caught up on EOS 10. I think I've got a couple episodes left of. Oh, what was it? Wolf something. I can't remember the name of it. It's another space one, but that one's actually over. Like they ended that one. Marvel's Wolverine one just released its first episode from its second season.
What was it called?
So the first season had a different name. Let me pull it up. I think the first season was The Long Night. And now the new season is The Lost Trail.
Oh.
So they just dropped the first episode for that.
Interesting.
Yeah, The Long Night was the first season. It came out. Let me see. Yeah, the 29th. So so yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah, it just dropped at 12 a.m. yesterday. But I listen to a lot of talk shows too. I listen to Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, things like that. But I get bored listening to talk shows after a while, just because I drive for work, so I'm out for 8 hours at a time listening to things. I'll move on to my audiobooks, and so I've done things like I've finished all of Dresden. I've listened to some of those multiple times. All of Ian Fleming's Bond novels. One other author's complete run of Bond. I'm currently caught up on Horowitz. I'm hoping he's going to do another Bond still because he has the chance to do a couple more. There's another Bond set I haven't started, and I'm currently doing Longmire. It got a TV show which then got canceled, and Netflix picked it up and finished it off. But it's about a Wyoming sheriff and his Native American best friend, and just kind of them solving murder cases and stuff out in Wyoming. It's really good. Yeah. So I'm big into the audiobooks. I spend a lot of time on audiobooks. And I think there's a lot out there you would like. You like what's his name? The video game reviewer, Yahtzee. Korshaw. I've listened to 2 of his. I did We'll Save the Universe for Food. That one was really good.
I heard. I haven't heard the book. I've heard that it was good.
And then I did the Fabulous something. What was it?
Oh, yeah, Croshaw knows how to write a book.
Yeah, he's gotten panned by critics a little bit because they give him shit for writing strong female characters and they're not really doing anything with them.
He's like, but my places are somewhat connected.
So yeah, the first one was that I listened to was We'll Save the Galaxy for Food. The second one was Differently Morphous. That one was okay. That's the one where critics got pissed off with him because of the character. But I enjoyed it.
I think the tea is hitting.
Getting tired?
Kind of. We're gonna have to pick up an energy drink after this. But yeah, peppermint tea kind of gives me the drowsiness. I mean, there's maybe I could just hop on your Audible and just see what the hell I can.
I'll let you browse through them, see what you like.
Yeah.
One you might like. Did you like Constantine?
The movie?
Or the comic, actually.
I never read the comic.
Okay. If you check out the comic, the guy that wrote on Constantine for a while went and created his own character called Felix Castor, and those are pretty good.
Okay.
I think you'll like Dresden. You've been watching the show.
I've watched 3 episodes, and I mean, you said it yourself. The show does not do the book justice.
Yeah, the show was great, and then I discovered the books and went, no. The books are great. The show is okay. I had to kind of knock the show down because of how good the books ended up being. So
I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's just I'm going slow because people keep pulling me away. I'm also trying to get my book across, and that's going slow too. I'm maybe 3 paragraphs in, if that.
It takes time.
Well, I keep getting pulled over by people. To which I want to say no, but it's like...
Just gotta go black one day and just block everyone on everything. Just sit and stare at the screen until something comes to mind.
I mean, I have it. It's all there. I just need the structure.
Well, let's move into our subject for the day, and we can close this out.
Sure. I mean, it'll be a short episode, but it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that short. So I wanted to talk adult animation, and not in like a dirty way.
Well, some of them even come off that way. Because you got Rick and Morty, Archer, South Park. Those I would say are probably the quote unquote Big Mouth. All those are probably the dirty.
Even
adult.
Family Guy kind of pushes it at times.
Family Guy does push it from time to time, but they don't hit those marks that the original 4 that I named.
So I wanted to ask you what your favorite adult animated show is.
My favorite,
current, old, new, not new, still running, not running.
I'm a fan of Rick and Morty. I'm a fan of Archer, but if I had to pick one, I would say Disenchantment.
Really?
Yeah.
I still have not watched it.
I find it to be a good mix of my love for D&D mixed in with just what would Matt Groening? Groening, thank you. I'm sorry. What would he take? What is his take on this? And of course, it's his animation in that time space. And I mean, it got set up for another season, but I don't have Netflix, so I just kind of threw it out the window and said, "Fuck it, I don't want to deal with that." So if I'm missing out, I'm missing out.
They haven't released the next season yet, so far you aren't missing out.
Really? I thought they did.
No, I don't think it's dropped yet.
Let's find out next time.
It's approved for it. I just haven't actually done it yet.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So I used to watch a lot of Family Guy,
and
I feel like several years ago the show just kind of started going downhill, and I don't watch anymore. I watched a lot of American Dad, and everyone says that one's still going pretty strong, but I haven't seen a new episode in years, so I have no idea what the current seasons are like.
What is it? Sundays are the new cartoon days?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, Fox still has their animation block.
Yeah.
I enjoy Bob's Burgers, but that's not one I think.
Bob's is entertaining.
I binged the first 2 seasons, and after that, I kind of realized I could only watch a couple episodes of Bob's before I was like, I'm gonna go watch something else.
Like Benjamin, the voice actor for both Archer and Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I love him to death. His voice is really good.
We were watching something the other day and realized it was him. I was like, oh my god! Oh, it was Home Videos. He's I think the
coach.
Yeah,
Coach McGurk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit! He's done a lot of voice acting work, and I would like to see him do a lot more broad stuff. But
I like the Bob's Burger episode of Archer.
Oh, the one that had the crossover where he's looking like Archer behind the counter of Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
They take the subtle jabs. Another one on here, BoJack Horseman. I watched the whole first season. I like it, but not enough to keep going because I realize how much it relates to me and how depressed I am.
Okay.
So it hits too close to home for me.
So I watched a good chunk of the first season and I was enjoying it, but I know people that are up to date that says the show just starts repeating itself.
Pretty much.
Over and over.
I wouldn't be surprised because how do you take a depressed, alcohol abused horseman and try and make sure that he gets the attention he deserves versus the attention he's trying to grasp at? And I'm like, it's a good conflict, but yeah, three seasons is it on?
Oh, I think it's more than that. Plus, remember, it had it keeps having like little mini movie spinoff things.
That's right. It is on season 5 right now.
Yeah.
And personally, I don't think I would want to go that far, but I mean, it looks like it would be entertaining to watch because of the jokes. I just don't know if I could go back.
Well, and it's Will Arnett, which I really like Will Arnett. I think it's Will Arnett, right?
Yep.
Okay. Big Mouth, I watched the first episode, went, oh, that's kind of funny. I'm going to keep watching that. And it's got John Mulaney, who I really like.
It gets bad.
And I just never went back to it.
It gets bad. It gets grossly bad.
Really?
Like, sure, there are some jokes that maybe go, haha, that's keen that this is a joke that would be too far if it wasn't for this type of cartoon.
Gotcha.
And then one goes too far. And it's like, oh no.
I never watched Mr. Pickles. It didn't appeal to me.
I don't even know what the fuck. Oh, that's that dog that's too smart for its own good.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
I wasn't into Squidbillies.
I
watched Robot Chicken for a while, but I just got burnt out after a bit.
The creators of it worked too hard for little payoff, in my opinion.
It's Seth Green, you know that, right?
I do.
Okay.
And a little bit of Seth MacFarlane, if I'm not mistaken.
I think MacFarlane's helped him on some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not bad. It's just, what are you hoping to achieve from it?
Yeah. I wasn't into Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, because I was actually a Harvey Birdman fan. So when they did that, I was a little annoyed.
I liked how dumb it was at times.
They're bringing it back about a sister or a niece or something.
The niece of Ken Seven?
I think so, or something like that, yeah.
I'm not mad at that because her character was really interesting. But
I didn't watch F is for Family because I didn't like that it looked like Family Guy.
They tried way too hard, it seems, but yeah, I also it went under my radar. I think I saw one episode of it, and it was very forgettable.
It's another Netflix one.
Yeah,
Netflix went on this spurt of where they just wanted to do all these adult animated shows.
and don't get me wrong, some of them hit off well,
Yeah.
like Disenchantment and BoJack.
Well, BoJack blew up.
Look,
It was
BoJack.
good. I'm not saying it was good, but like, people liked it.
Big Mouth was pretty up there, and then you have the anime side where they bought out animes, and they Brickleberry.
I have not watched it.
That one's a bit weird.
Okay.
That one's a bit weird. Boondocks is another good adult one.
I love the grandfather in the Boondocks. Like, he makes the show for me. In fact, I had a guy in front of me in traffic yesterday who suddenly slammed on his brakes and then started swerving in his lane and then started driving perfectly normal. And my first thought was, what'd you do, spill coffee on your crotch? And I was talking to Lauren about it, and she's like, maybe they had to reach into the back and slap the kids, which made me think of the grandpa whipping his belt off and then trying to hit them in the back seat while driving. I've watched a little bit of Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so I mean,
Is it satire?
it's Mike Tyson. Like,
So it's satire.
It's him being stupid.
And then punching his problems?
Pretty much, he runs a mystery organization, and the pigeon is voiced by Norm Macdonald. Yeah, the show is interesting.
I just gave him a very bewildered look. I saw something about it on Adult Swim ages ago, like 2009 when Adult Swim first started up, and they had like a pilot pitch for like 3 minutes, and that was the only thing I have ever seen about it.
It's weird. King of the Hill I enjoy. That's
pretty
Mike
good.
Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
I like King of the Hill because it's one of those ones that's grounded in reality, unlike Family Guy and American Dad, where like they do shit that should get them killed or arrested.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in King of the Hill. King of the Hill is a much more grounded show. So I enjoy King of the Hill. Futurama was fun. I wasn't a big fan of the DVD seasons once they got canceled and they went to DVD. The episodes became too long. The storylines became way too long and just kind of got rough.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep going through this? See if anything else jumps out of this.
Boom. Sea Lab 2021 I liked.
Didn't watch it, but I've heard good things. Daria's fun. That's a spin-off from Beavis and Butthead, but it's not created by Mike Judge.
Yeah.
Ugly Americans was actually kind of interesting. I watched the first season.
I don't know nothing.
Basically, it's about a guy that he runs the he works in the like district for immigration in New York, but it's like monsters are a thing, and so he's like helping them place them in work and stuff like that, and helping them.
So it's not
become
immigration
Americans.
of like Mexico; it's immigration of hell.
He's actually dating the devil's daughter. His best friend's a zombie / roommate is a zombie.
Okay, all right.
It's interesting. Home Movies was okay. Metalocalypse was okay.
Yeah, and then Axe Cop, which was written by a 5-year-old and his father.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Axe Cop was written by a literal. I want to say 5-year-old.
Interesting.
5-year-old and a 29-year-old brother.
Okay. Odd.
Yeah, the 5-year-old said, "Let's have this cop go around and break people out using nothing but an axe," and then just painted a narrative, and then had one of his enemies be a live mustard bottle.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it just started like convoluting, and I think his partner is right there. His partner's an iguana.
Alrighty. Should I give it a shot, or is it just way insane?
It's way insane. It went from a comic book into an animation. So I don't know how to really give you the full benefit of it. I've only seen one episode, but in that one episode, I was just like, okay, it's there, it exists.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast was another one where I was like, I liked Space Ghost, so when they did Coast to Coast, I was annoyed. But
it brought in Brack.
I know Brack is hilarious and whatnot, and everyone loves him, but I was just...
And Moltar.
Did
you know the very first rendition of Toonami had Moltar?
Really?
Yeah. The very, very first rendition of Toonami before they got Tom was Moltar.
I love Tom. I tried finding all of Tom's clips on YouTube, and no one has the complete collection. I find like little collections, but not the whole, like all of Tom's
not
little
the
moments.
evolution of?
Yeah, because I wanted to see him go from little to big.
Where he went from these little big
Pot
tum-tums.
belly, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and keep clicking through. I want to see if there's anything else. Super Jail.
Super Jail was a good one.
I watched like one episode. I just wasn't into it.
Drawn Together, I saw I had borrowed a friend's DVD collection of Drawn Together. Holy shit, the animators... I don't know who gave them money to make that show.
With Drawn Together, like I would watch an episode and be like, okay, that was kind of funny, and then I'd watch an episode and be like, wow, they went there. Okay.
Yeah, it hit a lot of issues that didn't need hitting, and then they went further, and then it went gross, and then it hit morbidly gross.
Yeah.
Moral Oral was a good take on a kid learning about everything as well as stay with Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit it did hit a few moments, but then again, it matched the narrative.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be mad at that one. The Oblongs fucking a full cast of good voice actors.
Oblongs was funny.
It
was weird, but it was
funny. Will Ferrell?
Was it?
Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Holy crap.
Gene Smart, Billy West.
Oh, Billy West is in everything.
Yeah, but I'm just saying this is early Billy West, 2001, 2002. I loved it. I loved Oblongs.
Yeah, Oblongs is funny.
Same one that went along with that timeline would probably be Mission Hill.
I really liked the mother in Oblongs.
Yeah.
Did you watch Clone High?
No, I didn't.
This one was interesting. I want you to read the synopsis for this and tell me what you think.
I recognize this motherfucker though. Say what? A group of high school teens are the products of government employees' secret experiment. They are the genetic clones of famous historical figures who have been dug up, recreated anew. Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, JFK, Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and more are juxtaposed as teenagers dealing with teen issues more in the 20th century.
Now, if I remember correctly, I think the principal was Hitler's clone. And I think that's where it hit a note where people were like, what?
I'll think about it because there's literally a whole live series marathon retro rerun for 4.5 hours on YouTube. I could watch the whole fucking thing because it's only one season.
Yeah.
And it's Canadian.
Yeah. So now here's a weird thing. You hear Hitler and a funny thing, and we automatically here in America go, oh, no.
I don't care.
But I'm saying like in America, like people feel bad about that. But in Germany, they are trying to come back from it so much that making fun of Hitler and putting Hitler in like sitcoms and stuff is something that they do quite often.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
But no, I didn't watch Mission Hill.
Mission Hill is a good one just to the fact that I think it's like the King of the Hill of its time.
Gotcha.
Because it was just very, my dog's always sick. He's always throwing up, whatever. Mm-hmm. And, but we still love him. And then you got the roommate, the overly smart one, the one who never accomplished anything, and then the girlfriend who just sits around doing nothing and just chills and is a vegan and cares about nature.
The hippie thing.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And yet she's always at the place eating burgers.
Confusing.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a vegan only on the Wednesdays, and then she just continues eating. Like it's a very very on the nose type of humor.
But there was one show that I watched that it wasn't an adult animation, but Portlandia was just a little too much of that. Yeah. I couldn't get into it. Did you ever watch Dr. Katz?
Maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I couldn't get into the weird sketchiness of the art style, I guess, because it just never really...
So it was comedians going to a therapist, basically.
Yeah.
Now, an interesting thing happened. Audible recently bought Dr. Katz and did a bunch of free episodes that you were able to get where you just listen to... They're very quick. They're very short.
Are they new?
Yes.
Oh.
And
who played Dr. Katz?
Oh, I don't remember. Was it the voice actor?
Jonathan Katz?
Yeah. I think that might have been it.
Yeah, okay. Jonathan Katz then. But yeah, it only had 6 seasons. Mm-hmm. About 18 episodes apiece, give or take. I mean, sure. It seems like it would have been some fun to watch and listen to, but... not my cup of tea. Now, hold on.
Now,
you said you never saw this, right?
No, I have seen this.
Oh, okay, then.
Clerks animated. Yeah, I've seen it. I love it. I enjoyed it. Me and Lauren quote it all the time.
I still haven't seen it.
You're a bundle of sticks. You're a cigarette. So yeah, Dr. Katz is on audio, on Audible. They did an episode with Pete Holmes, an episode with Weird Al. They've done more episodes actually recently. They did have a Jim Gaffigan episode, Silverman episode, TJ Miller, Ted Danson. They did a bunch. And the guy that voices Bob and Archer played Katz's son in the original and came back for this to play his son again.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's fun. I mean, and because it's people sitting talking to their therapist, you don't need it on a visual media. So coming back to Audible worked.
Good stuff. And the Clerks animated, they got the actors pretty spot on.
Yeah. This animation style has actually kind of become their thing. They've used it for other stuff for BOSQ and for Giant Silent Bob.
I mean,
at the comic book shop.
In my opinion, it matches their personalities very well. You got Muse, the string bean, who's able to climb over things and just be that way. You got Randall, who looks like he could be a little bit pudgy, but he's taller than Muse, so he doesn't lank. And then you got Dante, who is pudge, but
we'll sit down and watch this sometimes. It's fun.
I would like to.
It's obscure, like it's kind of crazy because it's like shit happens that would never happen.
Yeah, I'm super curious on how they interact with one another in the cartoon, considering all we saw them in is Clerks 1, Clerks 2, and technically Mallrats.
Well, no, everyone shows up in Clerks 1, 2. Randall and Dante aren't in Mallrats. They play.
I meant Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob are in all of the movies.
Yeah.
They're in Dogma. They're in.
Snooch to the Dude.
I think the only thing they aren't in is when he decided to make like Red State when we got like Sirius. Things like that. They're even in. They're not. Sorry, scratch that. There's a connection between them and Scream. Yeah, they show up in Scream 3 because there's a connection of them being on the Miramax set because of Jay and Silent Bob reboot. You see him for like 5 seconds in Scream 3. You're giving me this look. I'm so blown away.
Like, okay.
So the other animation that's down there at the bottom.
Oh, signed.
That one is from their movie they did. They did Jay and Silent Bob Super Groovy cartoon movie. It was actually Muse's idea. I haven't seen that. That's the one thing I haven't seen.
Oh my Jesus! Oh my God! Does he kick the dog? It looks like he kicks the dog.
I don't know.
Just from this little snippet, he looks.
But
like
Bluntman and Chronic show up in it again.
Bluntman and Chronic. There they are.
But let's go back up to the list of adult animations because I'm going to give you my answer as to my pick.
I have to go back. Click.
Clickety click.
Clickety click.
Make sure there's nothing else at the back end of this list.
Nope, that's it.
That's it. Okay. There's plenty more out there. There's plenty
yeah.
more we've seen.
It's just this list that we have in front of us to help us.
And one we didn't really touch on is South Park. South Park, that's one that I watch. They stay up to date. They're funny. But I more like certain episodes versus like their arcing stories. Sometimes their arcing stories kind of get boring to me.
Yeah.
For instance, the image that they have here is Randy dressed up as a witch. That episode's actually pretty funny. One of their friends accidentally, legitimately becomes a witch and starts terrorizing the town and kind of ruins everything for them because them being witches is them dressing up and going and just getting drunk and high.
Yeah, I have envisions of the very first episode with Mecha Barbara Streisand. Like, you wouldn't normally think of the very first episode having Barbara Streisand and how much weird controversy that one pilot started.
Yeah.
And then you look at today's times and you look at today's episodes and you're like,
their whole last season ended
shit.
with hashtag cancel South Park. They're like,
I think they're done.
They're pushing.
They want.
Well, they never meant for it to become what it was. They did a Christmas special originally before the pilot. I think they did a Christmas special.
Yeah.
That hit so well. Comedy Central went, "Do you want to do this as a show?" And they went, "Okay."
And then their first episode automatically hit out the gate.
Yeah.
And then second episode, third episode, and then first season, second season.
But I like things like, have you seen the Blockbuster episode? There's an episode where Randy buys a Blockbuster because Blockbuster's going out of business, and
that's still
he
relevant.
buys it on Halloween night. He buys it right before Halloween night so he can have it open on Halloween night because everyone's going to come in and rent scary movies. It becomes The Shining. He's walking around with like the limp and everything. He's calling for Stan. He's going, Stan! It's this whole thing, and it's great. You got to watch that episode. There's just certain episodes in it that kill me. But that is not my pick for my number one.
And then they, of course, got their video games.
I played Stick of Truth, and
the
I
Fractured
beat
Butthole.
it in one night. I did not play Fractured Butthole because they kept putting it off, and I canceled my pre-order.
Oh.
That game got put off for like 6 months straight.
Oh, that's not good.
While the whole time they were claiming it was finished.
I don't like.
I don't know what Ubisoft did.
I don't like the screenshot at all. We're gonna just go out of that.
But my favorite, I'm gonna go with The Simpsons.
Okay.
Because it does what South Park and Family Guy do with staying relevant without pushing the envelope as hard.
No, they don't.
I can watch The Simpsons and be like, yeah, you're hitting hard-hitting stuff, but I don't feel like, oof.
Yeah,
That was a heavy episode.
Like, there's a couple that I would say are emotionally driving, but I wouldn't say that they force it out of you.
There's episodes I watched that...
Even the movie didn't feel that way.
No, I will say, the movie was not as good as I expected. But I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, I would give it a stern 8. Stern 8.
I'm ready for them to make another one. Okay. Take another crack at it.
Yeah.
But I can just put The Simpsons on and be happy.
What season are they on right now?
30 something.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And then again, their seasons are fucking 20 odd episodes long. So
yeah. And further things, they're still going with the original voice actors. When an actor passes away, they don't recast.
Yeah.
So the voice actress for Krabappel died, and they killed off the character.
Oh.
Yeah. But they didn't kill her off violently or anything. Ned and her, spoilers, had gotten married by this point in the show.
Yeah.
And so it's just at one point we see Ned and her dancing, and then it kind of comes out and you realize it was like a memory, and he kind of looks over at her photo and he goes, I miss her. And then it shows the bully standing there, and he does his ha-ha, and then goes, me too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not... that don't feel good.
Yeah, they've got the feels. They hit with the feels. But yeah, The Simpsons is my pick. It's the adult animation show that I can sit there and watch, and it doesn't push me. It still makes me laugh. They have a simple thing that makes me laugh. There's an episode where Homer gets hair, and because of that, he starts moving up in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And he hires an assistant, and it's voiced by Harvey Feinstein.
Okay.
And basically, the assistant starts making Homer even better because he writes all his speeches, tells him what to do, and Homer becomes this amazing thing, and things get fucked up, and Homer's going to get fired, and Harvey's character, Carl, is the name of the character, takes the hit for it. And then Homer has to do this big speech without Harvey, and now he's bald and everything. He's like, I don't know if I can do this. And then he picks up this letter, and he's reading it, and it's a speech written out by Carl, Harvey's character. And you hear Harvey's voice doing it, and then he looks up and realizes it's him saying it. He's standing there, and he's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I came to say goodbye to the girls in the typing room. And he's like, I can't do this. I'm a fool. And he's like you're not a fool. And he's kind of arguing with Homer, and Homer's like, yes, I am. And he goes, you know why? How I can say you're not a fool? Because my mother told me to never kiss a fool. And he kisses Homer, and then Homer just goes, Carl. It's just simple, Carl. And it was a moment of The Simpsons just had a gay moment and didn't make a big deal about it. It was a thing. And I'm like, I love that. And Homer's reaction just being, oh, Carl. Fucking kills me.
I watched the League of Legends esports episode.
Yeah.
That would probably be the latest one I've watched. It does it right.
Mm-hmm.
Having everyone be who they are, and in that aspect, and then they go to Worlds, I would assume, and then they have a moment where they have to have Homer find himself, and he winds up finding his Zen. And I'm like, why now? Why now of all the times are you going to have him do that haphazard nonsense? And he says, I must destruct the establishment. And then he unplugs the entire thing and just watches it all go to darkness.
Just watches it collapse.
And he's just like, And I'm like, oh my God.
They finally did a crossover with Family Guy, and I enjoyed the Simpson aspects of it more than the Family Guy aspects. That was one of those things where I kind of was like, yeah.
I mean, I
like
did
the Simpsons more than Family Guy. Yeah, so am I.
I don't know what else they would do now. I really don't want to see American Dad try and cross any boundaries.
American Dad and Family Guy had a crossover.
Did they?
5 seconds. Stewie goes and breaks into the CIA, and Stan shows up, and Stewie calls him Joe, and he's like, what? Stan?
Oh, because it's the same voice actor.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's not the same voice actor. It's just they look identical. Or look very much alike. It's not the same voice actor.
Really?
Yeah, because it's, what is his name that does Joe? I can't remember the guy who does Joe's name.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, and that's not who does Stan.
Really?
I'm not sure who does Stan. Stan Smith. Yeah, it's Seth MacFarlane. There you go.
Oh, okay. I guess Seth's been working with
Joe. Patrick Warburton too much.
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket.
I guess. But he is Patrick Warburton. You are my spirit animal. You are the spirit animal's voice. He's.
I don't think I have a spirit animal, honestly.
I have multiple. One is Willingham of Critical Role, just because during one of his Talks Machinas, he's fucking around with his hoodie's drawstrings, and then he notices one has a little bit of a fray, and he just sits there, winds it up, tries to pull it, comes out longer. Shit. And you see him just visually.
Show me this video.
Yeah, and then he does it again. Fuck. Ugh. And then he just winds up and bites it off, and then he just acts like he did nothing wrong. I love him. I love Travis Willingham. I love Patrick Warburton. And I think if I had to have a third actual animal, I would say Louis C.K. probably. Just from his values, not because of his weird dramas that's been going on that have been floating about. I'm going to leave that at rest. But I would say as far as a human being not of that nature, yes.
So the shirt thing, the string thing just made me think of something. I was wearing my Back to the Future shirt yesterday. The gray one with it's the Back to the Future movie logo with the DeLorean.
Yeah.
There was a string hanging out of my sleeve. So I grabbed it and just snapped it off. Cool. Cut to the end of my day when I realized my entire armpit on my sleeve had opened up.
Oh no, it was that main holdie.
Yep.
Oh no.
So now I gotta restitch the sleeve because the sleeve from like here to here is just open.
Okay, I can see where it went. Oh no.
Well, I think that's all we got. One thing about The Simpsons, it will be hitting Disney Plus.
Good.
So
I mean,
thing.
there's a lot of shit hitting Disney Plus, so that makes me wonder what Netflix is going to do to try and retaliate against. Well, considering they don't have much I like anymore.
So I have the FX app because I have cable, so I already get FX, and I get the FX app. And originally, I was watching Simpsons on there, and I still do. But they had a random button. You could hit random; it would take you to a random episode. Then they got rid of it.
Oh,
why would you get rid of that? That was amazing. And so now I watch a lot less Simpsons on there than I used to. But the thing I hear when I hear Simpsons is going to be on Disney Plus is I hear no more fucking commercials. Because watching it on the FX app, you get commercials.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another thing where I'm like, oh, I'll just probably delete the FX app off my services. Yeah, off my Roku, off my Xbox when I get Disney Plus.
Sorry, FX.
Sorry, guys. They do have a thing where you can pay to not get commercials, but I'm like, I already pay to have FX. Why am I also pay to not have commercials?
Yeah, that's kind of jacked.
So, but that's all we got for you guys this time. We won't have E3 news next episode. It'll be the episode after that. Yep. So, big stuff coming.
Yep, and I will see if I can't get some indie game reviews up and running as far as, because I've got a few games downloaded.
Also, next month we are doing the Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con, so we will anything we see and hear there, we'll come match you guys with. So,
oh my god, we got
lots of stuff.
We got a lot of shit,
and it's my anniversary, June.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
congratulations.
Big month for me.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you have a good one.